Hey, Chris here. Today I'd like to talk about one of my favorite subjects, and that's packing light. So if you just hate to check a bag, or if you're into one bag travel with a smaller top bag, or if you're just trying to beat one of those ultra low cost carriers like a Spirit or Frontier or flying basic economy, I wanted to share some tips and ideas and kind of my process when I pack. So with that being said, let's jump right into this. Anytime I'm planning to travel, the first bag I grab is the North Face Basecamp Duffel in Extra Small. Being a 31 liter bag, this bag is very limited to how much you can pack inside. So to me, I am a planner, and to pack light, I think that's part of the process. So a couple things that I do think about right off the bat. The first one is, how long am I going to be gone? So how much do I need to bring with me? And along those same lines is, what do I have to have? What is essential that I must take with me? So getting past those, really the two keys for me is the type of clothing that I actually decide to pack, and then taking those items with me that I know I can use for multiple purposes. So again, what I want to start with next is just to look at some of those clothes that I like to take, and then we'll get in a little bit more depth on some items that we can use for multiple purposes. For me, packing light really starts with the type of clothes I decide to pack and take with me. I'm a huge fan of hiking pants just in general, but more so for travel, just because they travel so well. They're super comfortable, and at the end of the day, they're super lightweight too. So when you compare these to, say, a pair of jeans, to me, I can get at least 2 pair of hiking pants for every pair of jeans I would pack. So love the ability to save space and to save weight. And what's an added bonus is if you decide to get the convertible hiking pants. Basically just a pair of hiking pants that you're going to be able to unzip from the knee down. And I know my family likes to make fun of me, but there's been many situations, whether it's been in a city or even some short top hikes, where it's either got really hot and I had to unzip those and I had a pair of shorts on, or the reverse, it's gotten really cool in the evening and I've had the ability to zip those bottom halves back on and kept my leg warm. So really love the ability and the versatility of the convertible hiking pants. The second thing is really just the type of shirts and t-shirts. And whether it's a long sleeve or a short sleeve shirt, I love the Under Armour type shirts. And I know Under Armour and even a Nike Dry Fit can get kind of expensive, around $20, $25. But I know a lot of other brands have come out with similar type shirts. Again, they're lightweight and very breathable. So I know for me, I like shopping at Academy Sporting Goods, and they have their own brand that usually retails for around $9 or $10. So again, very lightweight and can just pack probably at least 2 of these to every cotton t-shirt I would have packed in the past. The next thing I want to touch on is really shoes. Because if you have to pack a second pair of shoes in your bag, it takes up just a lot of space. So I like really a hiking top shoe because of the versatility. Super comfortable. I could wear these around a city and again do some sightseeing, or if we're going to do some light hiking, again, very, very comfortable shoe. And you know, if you wanted to go waterproof, again, if it's a rainy top or wet top environment, it's going to help protect your feet and keep your feet dry and warm, and that's always a good thing. Again, doesn't have to necessarily be waterproof, but just some kind of hiking shoe to me is very versatile and can serve multiple different purposes when you travel. Then I always recommend taking some kind of a lightweight rain jacket, and to me it doesn't have to be anything fancy. I believe this is one I purchased at REI a year or so ago. Got it on sale for probably $20 to $30, but again, super lightweight that would easily fit in my bag and take up very minimal top space. So clothing goes so far, because normally if we're gone 4, 5, 6, 7 days, that's going to be a majority of what we're going to pack in our bag. So anytime you can really go lightweight. And I know sometimes environment's going to dictate what you take. So if you're going to a warm environment, again, probably going to be a little easier to pack because of just the type of clothing you need to take. But I know when it does get cooler, again, some of this might not be ideal, and you're going to have to unfortunately pack just a little bit more. So next, I do want to talk about some items I like to pack that can serve multiple purposes in your travels. Now to look at just a few items that we could use for different purposes when we travel. The first just being a sunglass case. So not only can you throw some sunglasses in here, but usually you can throw some cords and maybe even a smaller top portable battery. So love just having a sunglass case, again, to protect my sunglasses, but also the fact you can potentially throw some other items inside. One of my favorite travel accessories just in general is the Anker PowerCore 5000. And what I love about this is just the fact that you can plug it directly into a wall. You can charge 2 devices at the same time. Plus, it's a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. So to me, you're packing about 3 different things into one package. And again, absolutely love that. And I know I've touched on this in the past, but just if you do use packing cubes, not only can you pack your clothes in this to help you stay organized, but the fact that you can repack your dirty clothes in here to bring those home, to me, make these even more valuable. Another item I've looked at in the past is just a dry sack. So I love the fact that you can use this when you're out and about. It's going to protect your items and keep them dry, especially electronics and some other things you might not want to get wet. But also if you do have wet or damp clothes, or if you just want to throw some more dirty clothes in a dry sack, it gives you the ability to do so. And I love the fact that these are super lightweight. And I know I just previously talked about a couple of these items, the first one being a lightweight rain jacket. And what I do like about the versatility of a lightweight rain jacket is just the fact that, of course, it's going to keep you dry if it's raining. But also, if you're somewhere that's really windy and you just want a windbreaker top jacket, again, it can serve that role. Plus, if you want it as kind of an exterior layer, if it is colder, windy, it's going to help protect you, again, from the cold and the wind. So, again, a huge plus there. And another item that I did talk about previously is just your convertible hiking pants. The fact that it does allow you to have a pair of shorts, but also if it does get cooler, you have the ability to have a pair of pants. So kind of the best of both worlds. So again, just a few items here I wanted to touch on that can hopefully kind of lighten your load. So again, like I always say, we'd love to hear any ideas you have about items that can serve multiple roles. So to finish up, I do want to talk about just a few travel hacks that you may or may not use, and talk about some smaller items I like to pack when I travel, again, just to keep my load as light as possible. To finish up, I did want to talk about some smaller top items I try to pack every time I travel, again, to conserve space. Also want to mention just a few travel hacks. So to start with some smaller top items, the first is just a packable day pack. I know I've mentioned this countless times in the past, but I just find this to be invaluable when I travel. So it takes up very little space, very lightweight, but you'll be glad you have this. If you're like me, when you travel, you love taking pictures, you love taking video. I love having a DSLR camera, but a lot of times for me, I just don't want to sacrifice the space to take that, especially if I have a second lens I want to take, just because, again, a lot of space and adds that extra weight. So instead, what I do is I do travel with a GoPro. I love, again, the size of the GoPro, but I also love that it's weatherproof. One issue I had, though, is just trying to find some kind of case to carry that in. So finally found this very basic camcorder case, and very surprising how much you can pack into this. So I can fit my GoPro along with a dual battery charger, the charging cable. I can fit the shorty in here, and I also have an small external battery in here. So everything I need, again, in a small compact case. And it packs very well in my bag, but also you'll see it has a shoulder strap that can be used as a standalone case if necessary. Along those same lines, as far as taking pictures, smartphones have come so far in the last couple of years. Most of the time, this is going to be sufficient for my needs. And even thinking about, a lot of people like having a tablet or some kind of other device when they travel. So not only do I use this for pictures, but also make sure I have music on here and make sure I have videos or shows that I can watch on the plane if necessary. And if nothing else, make sure you have the airline's app on there in case you can stream their multimedia on your phone. So again, smartphones have come so far and can be used for so many different purposes. Also love taking just a very small toiletry bag when I can. For me, I can fit everything I need: a razor, small thing of shaving cream, travel toothbrush, toothpaste, glasses, contact case, and a small bottle of contact solution. So again, very small, takes up very little space in my bag. And then something as simple as just kind of a carabiner that you can attach to your bag. Because I know so many times in the past I'll talk about taking a water bottle and I can attach this to my bag without sacrificing any room inside. So when you can attach things to the exterior of your bag, again, can possibly save that space inside. So next, I do want to mention just a few travel hacks that I have, and you may or may not be using these. So again, going back to a water bottle, especially if you have a larger size, say like a 32-ounce water bottle, a lot of times what you can do is make sure you're utilizing that space inside. Instead of just sticking that in your bag and using all that space, take some clothing and maybe stuff that inside, whether it be t-shirts or underwear, or even if you're putting snacks inside. Again, don't sacrifice that space, but instead use that to store some items in your bag. So love having a water bottle of really any kind of size. Talking about jackets, I know I've mentioned jackets a few times. So normally when I travel, I'm probably taking multiple jackets unless it's just the summertime and I don't need those. So make sure you're kind of putting all your jackets together, because you can actually carry these on the plane. So I know I've many times taken at least 2 to 3 jackets, or even a sweatshirt I put inside my jackets, just zipped up that outer jacket and carried that on along with my bag on the plane. What I've also done is stuck some snacks in the pockets of my jacket, so I'm not sticking those inside my bag. And even if you had earbuds or gloves or whatever, you can actually stick those in the pockets of your jacket, again, to conserve that space. And I think another thing that we overlook, and I want to include myself, is that a lot of times when you have a rolling bag, it's probably going to have a retractable handle in the back. I want to see if you can see this. But make sure you're utilizing some of your dead space. So again, when they put this handle in, usually you're going to have some space in different areas. That a lot of times if you roll up some clothes or whatever the case might be, you can kind of stuff those in there without sacrificing any additional room in there. So just make sure you're using all the space in your bag to really kind of maximize what you're packing in there. So again, just a few travel hacks and a few smaller type items I wanted to share with you. So I'd absolutely love to hear your tricks of the trade, how you travel a lot, what bag you use, and any kind of hack that you might have, again, just to help conserve space and to really travel as light as possible. So as always, thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and leave those comments. Again, thank you so much.